shine. The drama circus has arrived. Have you ever watched a horror cow? They scan, they sob, they're screaming now. They scan, they cry, they'll freak you out. You blink once, they're in your house. Come chat about it, we keep it real. Spill your tea, say what you feel. We see the snakes, we see the snakes. We call the lies right to their face. Step right up, rain or shine. The drama circus has arrived. We got laughs and jokes and fights, but it cuts deep late at night. This place gets dark, don't get shaken. Guard your soul, don't let it get taken. Step right up, join the line. The drama circus, rain or shine. Scammers and grifters everywhere, they need help, gummy bears. It's so sad the pitiful life leave you broke, bleeding inside. Alex will tell y'all what y'all need to hear. Pull that mask off, make it crystal clear. Come on in and wipe your dirty feet. Grab a drink, maybe something sweet. Oh yeah, right up, rain or shine. Drama circus has arrived. We got laughs and jokes and fights, but it cuts deep late at night. This place gets dark, don't get shaken. Guard your soul, don't let it get taken. Step right up, join the light. The drama circus, rain or shine. Round and round the story spin. Who's the victim? Who's the villain? Watch your heart, watch your mind, lead the trash, but keep your spine. Step right up, rain or shine. The drama circus has arrived. We got laughs and jokes and fights, but it cuts deep late at night. This place gets dark, don't get shaken. Guard your soul, don't let it get taken. Step right up, join the line. Drama circus, rain or shine.
Hello, you guys. How are you all? Thank you guys for being here. Sorry I was a minute late. I was trying to figure out the camera. I'm down at the dock and I wanted to sit here at the water and hope that maybe we see something cool while we're talking and hanging out. But it's hard for me to tell because oh wait, it's finally showing. It's working. Yay. It wasn't working before. So that's awesome. But hello, you guys. I have missed you guys. It has been a minute. And I booted myself. I'm so sorry. Thank you for the jewels. Let me see. It's a little hard. Oh, anonymous. Thank you so much. Thank you. And Flower Girl, thank you for the floating heart. So, what have you guys been up to? Enjoy being near the water. So if you don't know, maybe if you missed one of my last lives, I actually got into a bacteria in the water. I was on that little beach. I don't know if you can see it. Let's see. It's mirrored, so it's kind of hard to show you. I was on that little beach over there, but and I'd walked past a log, and when I did, I was getting some driftwood off the beach. I saw a really cool piece, got cut on the log, and it just burned like nothing I had ever experienced before. Like that night, like no other scrape. It felt like I had been burnt on the stove. But anyways, come to find out, I got into that one of the types of Vibrio bacteria, and I have not been in the water in 2 weeks, and I still can't get in because I'm not healed. And now I'm scared to death. I'm going to get in, but yeah. So it was very scary. Now, I've been having a great time with Trauma Invasion, just what I wanted. My goodness, if things haven't been chaotic here, if you notice in my thumbnail, that I use the same little like old fashioned tea party outfit. And I'm like, can you have her looking out the window to a city that is just on fire? Because it has been really crazy and really gross. Hold on just a second, you guys. Okay. I don't like the way it mirrors the screen. It makes it a little bit confusing and hard to show you guys stuff. So, anyways, the last week, it has been crazy. I'm really disappointed, but then again, these are not true crime creators that are tied up in this, but they were talking about a true crime case. Pretty much, lots of different people are all wrapped in with this family drama with a missing child, with Sebastian Rogers and his family. And watching all of it, I mean, from Seth going on people's panels to Chris and Katie going on panels. Then we have Seth on the interview room. Um, I can't believe the mess. It's crazy because you have this whole family that's wrapped up in this creator drama. And of course they would be, because these are creators who have been covering their missing son. So they're going to be paying attention to the other things going on. And then when they see there's all these issues with other creators that are covering their son, and then you have these disgusting theories and all these rumors and all of this kid's personal business, being used in a fucking drama community and a back and forth. And I just find it all gross. I just don't think that anybody should be like actively reporting on something or talking about something and getting all close with the family and then tying them like they're all wrapped up in the drama. It's been hard to watch. All of these parents, I don't care really how you feel about them. None of them are perfect. None of us are. All of them have been on social media speaking out, trying to find their missing child. And none of them have been named a suspect or arrested. Really, the way that they have been talked about is absolutely disgusting on all ends. I'm grossed out by it. And I just don't even want to be a part of any of this shit. I don't. But then again, like I said, these are not true crime creators. As a matter of fact, a lot of channels, not every channel, some people were established, but didn't get a ton of views or traction. But some people didn't have channels at all. That case built communities, let me tell you. And it wasn't just that case, it was the bashing of the parents, one side or the other, the bashing of the other creators covering it, the spreading and talking about the most disgusting rumors about this child and his life experiences and what he's been. I'm disappointed and disgusted, and I cannot believe the amount of damage and the way that I just can't believe. Can't believe it. Let me see what you guys have to say. Hey, KCG, living in the gray. Hey, little bit. Maybe we'll see some dolphins. That's what I was hoping we could chat. And, it has gotten really ugly. $50,000 reward for Sebastian, yet millions of dollars made by using his name. It's sickening. Oh, let me tell you, lots of money. And not just on the channels and like regular channel support. I'm talking fundraisers, lawsuits. There is so much money tied up in this. And really, I mean, it just reminds me of something I was just talking to the kids about. When money is involved, people get nasty. The love of money is truly the root of all evil. Here comes a boater about to come through here. He's going to be live on YouTube and he don't even know him. It's so icky. I don't follow any of that drama. It does not even come up in my algorithm. I'm wrapped up in the, I don't know who JM, but Turtle Boy drama. Brandy Lee, yeah. Well, I follow it because like it's part of the trauma community. Some of it comes from people in the community that I kind of am somewhat in, but also the parents were on here. And so they did multiple interviews over the last couple of days. It sucks to see them wrapped up in this creator on creator drama, like I said. But um, of course they would be. They're invested. They have a reason to be invested. It's just so gross. Thank you for addressing this. I could not get on here and talk to you guys and not say it because I'm just so disappointed. And look, it doesn't matter who it is. I don't really care. Pick a person or don't. This is just my honest opinion on it. And I don't like any of it. I think it's all disgusting. I think the bashing of the parents disgusting. I think all these little gross rumors and the some of the things, I just find it all gross. I'm disappointed that I don't think anybody, any of them should be getting so close to the family. And look, I'm not the moral authority, but damn it, this is something that I do feel a certain way about. And I have a right to, voice how I feel. And that's what I'm doing. I couldn't get on here and not touch on this because this is in the middle of there's just no way to avoid it. And I think that it's been such a stain or it's been such a heavy, like, I don't know, it just needs to be discussed. It can't just be ignored and overlooked. This case, like I said, has built it's built channels, communities, um, and it's pretty disgusting what's happened to everybody involved, honestly. It really, really is. And I'm talking about all the parents. Greed is a sin, lots of that happening. Yeah. And also, lots of talk about all these fundraisers and transparency and stuff like that. I haven't seen everything. So for me to get on here and give an opinion on this or that would just be unfair to you guys, right? Because I don't know everything, but I do know this. I saw a clip of Brittany talking about how, she's been much more transparent than everybody else kind of thing. And I think that's common for people. Well, I'm different type of thing. Here's how I feel about it. None of these subscribers should be funding creators' lifestyles and any of their stuff. And if there is an emergency and you go to your community to ask for help, whether it's for freaking school supplies or lawsuits or whatever, there needs to be a level of transparency. I can understand in the middle of a lawsuit, you can't really show everything, but there needs to be some transparency. And I think there will be because of the process of this kind of injunction shaking out. We'll see some of that, but I'm talking about all of them. I think if you're going to your community and asking for help, you owe it to them to be transparent and show, especially, yeah, that's how I feel about it. But also, I've told y'all a bunch. I'm not a freaking fan of having your community fund your life. Now, I get emergencies happen, and I think like you can't really be too judgmental about that if it's like you know, if it's not an all the time thing. But I'm sorry, is it not gross to everybody else? Is there not something really fucking gross about having chats about missing kids and murdered kids and missing and murdered people and bringing in new subscribers to your channel like that and also asking for money? Is it just me? Because I find that so damn gross and I don't care who's doing it. This is not about a person. This is about the concept of it being done, period. It's wrong. It's wrong. That's just where I'm at. I do follow Sebastian's dad. So he went on the interview room. I haven't got to watch that interview. But, you know, It is a big everybody's always fussing that he's not out there searching, he doesn't do anything, blah blah blah, like anybody knows what any of them do. People are so ignorant. Are you that stupid that you think you know what people are doing when you're not watching, like when they're offline? You think you know definitively what they're doing. Well, that shows you have a small fucking brain, dude. You are small minded as hell if you truly believe that. Do y'all see all these fish jumping? If you truly believe that, you are so dumb because you don't know what they're doing in their off time. You can't say they're searching or not searching. But guess what? Going on the interview room to talk about him. Now, I don't know. Let me know. Did they get into some of the drama? I hope they kept it to the case. That's going to bring a new audience. There's a lot of people, this little Chroma community is a few thousand people, but the interview room, he has, like him or not, because I have my thoughts about him. I'm not a fan, but he has a large audience. I thought about covering the case, okay. I'm going to read your comments in a second, but let me just get this out. When Sebastian first went missing, my sister-in-law was the vice principal at his high school. She messaged me and asked me to talk about it before it even really had blown up on YouTube at all. Matter of fact, Jen Lou and I were doing the calls and I had talked to her about it and we started sharing his poster. This is also at the time Maddie was missing. It was all happening like around the same couple of days. Then the case blew up with drama. We were really busy with Maddie, with the Letitia calls. So by the time I got done with that, I was not going to cover it. Why? Because so many people were already covering it. And, but I had the thought recently on my true crime channel, and I don't think this would do well. People don't want just the case facts. I thought about covering it and just doing the facts, totally not talking about any of the drama, just covering the facts of the disappearance, what police have said, and that kind of thing. The facts, and not get into like even the parents' interviews and stuff, because I think that really muddies the water. And everybody says, well, nobody's talking about him. People are scared. I'm not scared. It's just been overdone and exploited so much. You don't want to jump on the train and join the exploitation train. But while saying that, I don't think that a ton of people would be interested because it wouldn't involve the drama. I don't think I'm going to do it, but that is a thought that I had. Like maybe I'll make a video and just put the facts out from what police have said and kind of leave any of the parents, especially the drama community stuff out. Maybe show like news interviews and news clips. I don't know. It's just a thought that I have because I'm not scared to touch it. I literally didn't cover it because there were already so many people just sucking the life out of it, just taking everything they could, just jumping on and just exploiting the fuck out of it. Every single personal detail of the family, just everything. So why make it worse? That is why I didn't jump on it. I didn't jump on covering it. Hey, Adrian. In my opinion, if the parents didn't come to the creators behind the scenes, some of the information would be out there. It's such a mess. And I think that that's a huge part of it. But you know what? I can't blame them. It's just like Don Wells. He came out here and went to social media to get Summer's name out there, and he took hit after hit. He said dumb thing after dumb thing. But at the end of the day, the whole reason he was here was to get Summer's name out there. You know what I mean? And that's what the parents were obviously trying to do. So it sucks because then they are, of course, they're going to be invested and interested in the drama that's happening. Yeah, choose not to speak to them. Absolutely, a little bit. Just like Summer, Sebastian has been lost in this whole mess. Sucking all this up. Yeah. I do want to say something. So apparently last night, one of the kids came in and had said the baby fell. And I know that people are outraged. They're just, oh my gosh, first of all, I want to say, if it can be heard on YouTube, people are going to comment on it. And that sucks because it's not really something that should, in my opinion, babies fall. little, like, that's normal. And I just don't see making a big deal out of it. Uh, and to me personally, I think it's unfortunate that it had to be heard on the internet because it's gonna I just don't like the stuff with her kids. Like I've said over and over again, leave her kids the hell alone. I mean, this baby, her pictures and her, like, she was being talked about all over drama communities before she was even like a month old. Pictures being shared and everything being talked about with her. I just don't like it. It's unfortunate that it was heard because, of course, people are going to talk about it. And with her history and the things that we've seen that, some think are concerning, I can understand a second of concern. But then we have to use our brains and remember that number one, her kids are not our business. Number two, babies fall. That's totally normal. They roll. I mean, if they're not, usually they fall when they're walking. And if they're not walking it, it's not my business what the baby's doing. I'm just saying falling is normal, even if they might roll um, off of something. It's not good, right? But it happens. I don't think that it's fair to just, uh, to jump on that and make that what's important here. Look at all the other shit that's happening. Look at hey, she claims she's transparent with her lawsuits. I don't know. I want to say something actually about that. There's much more that could be talked about, like this. The people that take lawsuit, like do these fundraisers and stuff, are they taking up money on Cash App before the lawsuit fund is up and ready? I'm doing a fundraiser, but it's not up yet, but you can send it to my Cash App. I know Brittany did that, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people do. Those are the things that should be picked apart, in my opinion. Because how much money came in? The first day is going to be like one of the biggest days for something like that, right? How much money came in that nobody's ever going to know about on Cash App, PayPal? Like, you guys want to talk about lawsuits and transparency? That is what I think could be picked apart, not stuff with the babies, and that's just. Or even talking about a missing child to a convicted Chomo murderer. I understand that. And people are very upset regarding the contents of some of that. I didn't look into it close enough to know even what the truth is, because here's the problem. And I warn all of you guys against this. You will see people come into chats. You will even see creators saying and repeating shit that's not even true at all. I've seen so much of it, oh, she did this, she said that, things that aren't true. So just make sure that you look for the truth of the matter before you just believe what somebody says. These people are liars. Let me tell you what. Now, not everybody, of course, there are some good people and some truth tellers and all of that. But some of these people are just oh my God, they are the worst of the worst when it comes to lying. They are just, ugh. Do y'all see the fish jumping? It's so cool. What makes them do that? Uh, so I've heard like it has to do with the air in the water, the oxygen, and then I've also heard that it is maybe like a bigger fish in there. They jump like crazy. Sebastian Rogers is why I had to take a soft break in true crime. My heart breaks for him. I understand Teacup, and when you see what has been done to just everyone around him, it's really hard. I get it. Anonymous, thank you again. Oh, seal splash. Seal splash. All parents have spoke to YouTubers about personal info. Seth did allude to it on Pascal, but him allowing that suit to be read out about his son was sick. Then a YouTuber put info out by the other parents, but C and K have not spoke about on social media. So never stop believing. Um, I don't think any of I think it's I don't know. I don't know what to think. I've never had a missing kid. And I think, like, because part of me goes, whoa, some of this was too personal. We shouldn't even know that. And then the other part of me goes, if my kid was missing, would I want to talk about every detail just in case it led to them somehow? I don't know. So I'm not judging the parents for their good or bad decisions, because how can you make rational, good decisions in the middle of trauma and tragedy? You can't. But who I am judging are the YouTubers who aren't in the middle of trauma and tragedy, who have gotten so deeply personal with this case and these families. And I just don't like that. That's what but hey, Titanium Bill, I want to so get in that water. Me too, LG. And I can't. I They did actually say I could like kayak after a week of antibiotics if they're covered, like if I still have scabs, but I'm too scared. So I'm going to wait. But I'm missing it so bad. And my birthday's tomorrow. And I wanted, like, the water is my favorite place on earth, the kayak, the beach, being out there. And I can't be out there at all. So I'm sad about that. But I think everyone has not covered it because of the drama it attracts. I don't think people are scared of lawsuits. I'm not scared of a lawsuit. You know why? Because I don't speak out of my ass. That's just the truth. I'm not. And I know that's just how I feel. I'm not scared of talking about the case, afraid that one of the parents are going to sue me or something, because I just know how I would talk about it. I just don't believe that people are scared to cover it. That's not true. I think that people don't want to add to the already uh, the ton of exploitation that's happening, the extreme exploitation. People don't want to add to that. I'm people, and not just me. I have other friends that felt the same way, and Jen Liu, she's talked about it. We've talked about it here. Melissa, a lot of people are not, it's not that they're not covering it because they're scared. It's just there was already being talked about by everyone and being overly talked about, every little detail being picked apart of these people's lives, some of it very unnecessary. So why add to that, But thinking that people are scared, no. One of the most grifted cases yet, in my opinion. True. Saltwater cures, but this bacteria is actually in salt water. So, you know what I mean? Hey, Becky P. 95%. I stopped following the case because there's very little about Sebastian and creators playing the same videos. 95% is just talking shit on the parents being biased. Right. That's why maybe I'll just make a video. And like I said, I don't think that it will do well because the drama is what people want to see. But there's not a lot when it comes to what's known factually about the case, what police have said. If you remember, there was someone from the 911 center who did an interview and talked about, the Proudfoot home had been searched a dozen times, just trying to calm down some of the rumors because it was covered in such a extreme way, right? It was, oh my God, Seth is so horrible. Oh my God, Chris Proudfoot and Katie are so terrible. Like, just so extreme. And you know what? The funny thing is, most of the people that were talking shit about these parents, I don't think they're even close to perfect. And if somebody was picking apart their words and their lives, which Brittany, yours have been, would think you could have some sympathy for Katie. But then when these lawsuits came out, we remember she just, oh my God, see, I told y'all. But if you are a YouTuber or any of the others that feel like they've been reviewed a lot and picked apart, and you feel your words have been twisted and people are looking for stuff that isn't there, why would you ever do that to parents of a missing child, especially when police are going, they are not suspects. We have searched their homes. We have searched, everything. And we have nothing still. You would think that would be enough to go, okay, let me just not get on here and accuse them. But even still, I've heard people on both sides. I've heard the shit from, the green team or whatever that's talking about when these lawsuits came out, how they were so accurate. And I've heard comments from the other side saying, oh, Seth knows where he's at. Seth, where's he at? Do you know? Oh, are you fucking stupid? Like, seriously. Oh, babies fall. The end. Yes, pointer lover. Exactly. Surely there's something else that some people can talk about besides her babies. If I was going to sit here and talk about her, I could tell you what, I've got a bunch of things I could say. If I was going to pick apart anything from recent, it would be the lawsuit. Like I think that transparency needs to happen everywhere. And also, I think, let's see, going back to different people who create these fundraisers, because I remember seeing it with Brittany specifically, I'd be curious, how many people do take up money on Cash App and PayPal for 2 days before their fund is posted? And where is the accountability for that? There will never be. And it's just the facts, they're just not going to, not fully, not for everybody. There is nothing new also, so nothing new to report, right, Kelly? Now, I will say I didn't watch the interview room and Seth, and I'd be curious about that, especially with those lawsuits. But I haven't seen it yet to comment on it. So I'm behind, and I thought about doing like just the facts of the case, but nobody will watch it. Nobody wants the facts. I've been doing just the facts for 4 years now, and it's not done much good. I know. I'm right there with you because that is true. The more responsible you are and the more accurate, it's a little more, it's not as interesting to these people, and I've said this so many times, but it's actually pathetic that some of these cases are too boring for people to care about. And as cold as that sounds, it's even colder when you realize it's the fucking truth. Some people, that it's just too boring, not enough chaos, not enough craziness, and it's bullshit. And if you take away all the drama and you're just left with the facts, I agree, pointer lover. I don't think any of the parents did anything to Sebastian. And let me tell you what, no one is perfect when it comes to parenting. We all make mistakes. If you don't sit down at night and think about the mistakes that you might have made through that day of parenting, then lucky you, because that kind of stuff eats me alive. I think about it. I know when I make mistakes, I'm not perfect, and yeah, I'm just grossed out by it. And it's crazy, the way that I hate, here's another thing I hate. The, when certain friendships fall apart, the extreme jump into the other side. Okay, I was best friends with, let's just say, with Granny, right? And we fall apart. So now I'm going to go support Brittany. What the fuck? That's just weird to me. How do you jump like that? Like so extreme from one side to the other. And you're so boldly like at one point things that you criticize or pointed out. Now you're mad that other people are criticizing it. This place is weird for shit like that. I totally forgot your birthday is tomorrow. Oh, yep. 37, the big 37. I can't believe it. Shit show and conspiracy theories. Yep. I'm confused exactly what anyone wants from AS. She's owned it, yet you have guilty of crime with his mom as her mod. Well, yeah, I mean that is true. I think they're different situations. I think again, I like allegedly speculating. I do. And this is before all this drama, but that has nothing to do with the sides and who she likes, who she don't like, any of that. I think that she does pretty thorough work. I think that she tries to be responsible now based on what I've seen around like Julie and those lawsuits, some of that stuff. And I think she made major mistakes. I highly disagree with what happened and the way it was done. You know, I think I've said from the beginning, I don't see a problem with interviewing criminals. I think that going straight to the source is where you get the most interesting, like, information and the most accurate, at least if you're talking about from their point of view or their perspective. You need to hear it from them. But it needs to be done with transparency, with honesty. And I think, like, and we've talked about this already. I don't need to get into it. But at this point, I think I'm with you. What else can she do? You know, either you agree with it, you disagree with it, you have made up your mind about it, and you got to, and that's it. You know what I mean? Now, if she was continuing to do that kind of stuff, okay, people will continue to, should continue to talk about it. But that's just kind of where I'm at with it. And I'm not judging you if you care a lot about that, if that was like a no for you and you cannot support, or if you don't, like, however you feel. I'm not judging you. Hey, heavy chick. Hey, ATS. Oh, thank you, J13. I appreciate that. Ooh, I got a new Halora outfit. I have it on right now. I wish I could show y'all. It's really cute. The flip-flopping. Kim, how do you have such strong opinions one day and then the next day, because you're not friends with someone anymore? Like, literally, I don't get that. And it's not just the creators, it's the chatters too. It's like they are so quick to jump on whatever I don't know. It's like to just go with the crowd or go with their creator. And because like you have, just for instance, people that were once criticizing Brittany and going too far with it, talking about her parenting, her kids, things like that, chatters as well doing this. Then, you know, they have a problem with Granny, so now they go over and support her, and then they also make comments about, oh my god, how can they sit there and talk about your parenting? That to me is so confusing. It's like, how do you switch like that? Like, did you not actually feel the way you said you felt? Or I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just weird. Hey, Miss Momikins. I don't know if a creator is going to sit high and judge other creators and get into their cases. It's just dessert's going to happen to you. I think the end had a typo there, but I get what you mean. Yeah. Thank you, Titanium Bill. I mean, I think that we should talk about the things that are happening in the cases, but we shouldn't pick people apart. And especially when they've admitted they're wrong and they're trying to do better. And what else can you really say? That's just my stance. But then again, like I said, I can't judge people who feel strongly about it. Sometimes your opinions come based on your own life experience, what's happened to you. Maybe you were, maybe mom's boyfriend, you know, touched you inappropriately, and so this hits in a different way and you can't overlook it. That I can understand. So, you know, I'm trying not to be too like, I'm just give you guys my thoughts on it and try not to be judgmental of how other people feel. Thanks, Without Borders. I'm stuck just staring at the water because I can't be in it for another week, but hopefully a week my scabs are healed. I don't know. I don't like anybody selling merch. Jacqueline, I don't care who it is. This is just the truth, how I feel. Whether I like you or not, why are you selling merch with missing and murdered kids on it? That is not your right. Oh, hell no. And let me tell you what, somebody ever used my kids or my family on their stuff as merch and sold it, I would be highly upset. I don't care who it is. And if it's going to like maybe resources to find that child, then I can understand that. It goes to a charity or something, maybe, but also, can't you do something else for charity? The only way I can understand it is if, okay, you know, Seth Rogers and his team are selling shirts that say Sebastian's Army, and all the proceeds go to fund their search for Sebastian. If it was something like that, I can understand. Otherwise, why are you selling clothing with missing kids and murdered kids' faces on it or names on it? Because I don't know, like it goes for any of it for me and for anybody. Like you, don't like you. I don't really care if you're my best friend. I don't really like that. I don't like it. Seth is his dad. He can do what he wants. Right. I agree. But I meant more so like the creators around him, like, the green team and stuff. But that's another thing I get annoyed with. People saying, oh, Seth coming on here to grift off Sebastian, or he don't even show a picture. And first of all, or he's got his YouTube channel monetized. Um, all of you can talk about this daily for 2 years until you have huge audiences, but his dad don't have the right. Dang, that's a nice looking yacht. I don't think y'all can see it. But his dad don't have the right? No. He can talk about him anytime he wants, anytime he pleases. What in the hell is wrong with people to think that? I just hate that. It's like if anybody has a right to talk about Sebastian Rogers, it's his parents. And if they want to monetize their channel, fine. They are the ones out there searching, and I don't give a fuck if you see them searching with your eyes or not. Like I said at the beginning of this, you cannot be so fucking stupid that you think you have to see them searching for them to be searching. I didn't see them searching, so they're not doing anything. No. He would get hate also if he didn't talk about him, can't win. That's true. It's like with Katie. I've thought this the whole time, people screaming, why isn't she talking? Why isn't she saying something? Then she talks. Why is she talking now? Why is she talking there? Why'd she say this? And then it's just no matter what. Oh, there's a little turtle. No matter what, it's never good enough for people. As someone who lost someone to homicide, I'm icked out by that community. I was criticized and the media was awful. Some true crime creators just don't get the nuances of losing someone to crime. I'm so sorry, surviving out loud. I am so, so sorry. I have not lost someone to homicide, but I did have an attempted murder that happened within my family, and that greatly affected people that I love very much in my family. And it has changed the way I see things. It's part of the reason I can't talk about Lindsay Clancy's case, or I shouldn't, because I can feel myself being very biased because there was a mental health issue. So, I think that I can't imagine how it must feel if you've had a missing child or lost someone to murder to see some of the shit that happens in these places, honestly. Because even like I said earlier, all of our opinions come from our life experiences. If you've been through trauma, you're going to look at these things different. And especially if it's the same kind of trauma, and you judge through the scope of what you've lived and what you've experienced. But I'm so sorry for your loss. Still doesn't make it right, but she did realize her wrong over a year ago. I don't know who you're talking about, Cammie. That absolutely enrages me. Seth can do what he wants. It's unbelievable. It really is. YouTube has a way to fundraising. All the money from donations goes directly to the charity. Yeah, we've done it several times on my channel and on. I was part of one. Was it on Bendy's channel? On a couple other of channels too. Melissa's done it multiple times. There's a lot of creators I've seen do that. YouTube fundraiser. Shoot, I think we raised we did two in memory of Gannon during like the Letitia case files and jail files. And I think they raised like almost $5,000 together. So that was huge. All right, let's see here. I'm still behind. Uh-oh. But my thing is, these chats will scream that they want true crime. And then as soon as they leave, they go straight to the drama channels, make it make sense. Yeah, I know. I feel you. I've experienced, I think, probably a lot of the same things you have, Titanium Built, having covered true crime in a similar way and also drama in a similar way, or community issues or whatever's going on. To have someone taken from you by the hands of another is a very deep, hateful pain. I cannot imagine. The way you said that I felt it in my gut, in my soul, because if you've experienced the loss, when you lose people that you loved, and, you know, of course it hurts with grandparents and parents, but even when you've lost a young person, someone who suddenly dies or not suddenly, just lost, period. Okay. Death is the most painful part of life, in my opinion. It is the most painful, hard to understand. Um, it's just one of the worst parts of life, right? Of being a human, of the human experience already. Even when it's natural causes or even an overdose or something, God. But I cannot imagine that being accompanied by it's at the hands of another person. And you can't really retaliate. Like, I just can't imagine how that must feel. I bet that is. mm. No need to be sorry. I just wish people knew all the internal stuff that happens when that happens in a family. Oh, okay. Cami. Yeah, the fundraiser, the creator does not get, I don't know what Jacqueline said. On StreamYard on the phone, it's like the chat is very little. Oh, I'm so sorry, J13. But yeah, so the fundraiser, when it's done that way, it's the super chat button disappears. You no longer can super chat the channel. I think you can still do memberships though. And in place of the super chat button, it becomes like a heart, and you click that, and then you give straight to the fundraiser. And the cool thing is, YouTube usually takes like a percentage of your super chats, but they do not get any of the fundraiser. So, but that's done for the only way you can now. Okay. You can only do fundraisers for approved charities like 501c3s and the approved charities. If there is a charity that you're interested in raising money for and they are not on the fundraiser list, you can contact YouTube and ask them, hey, can we put this charity on the list? Now, I'm sure there's some vetting that happens there. There should be, but that's the way it works. You can't do like a fundraiser for an attorney like that, but I'm torn on that, on the fundraiser for an attorney, because we know that fraudulent lawsuits happen and people should be able to defend themselves. But also, we've seen lawsuits happen that people are in because of their own damn mouths, and their own damn attitudes, and their own damn nasty shit they say. Even if all the claims, I'm sorry, but let's not pretend like all this nastiness started with the injunction. Long before the injunction, both sides of that family were being bashed all over YouTube. I still remember some of the thumbnails, Seth in a jail cell, Katie with blood spattered on her. It was disgusting. These people just have no respect for Sebastian, in my opinion. How could you? And do that? How could you? But so part of me is torn on the lawsuit thing, because people should be able to defend themselves, but also people are very fucking reckless. They think they can just say and do whatever they want. I've seen people get on here and just lie. They have lied about me. Hell, I've been threatened. People have threatened to release personal information on me that have no fucking personal information on me, that haven't even spoke to me in like years. And they will just lie. People just lie. They make shit up. So I don't know. I'm torn on that one. How do you guys feel about that for lawsuits specifically? Cope, thank you. for the jewels. I wish I could see the little pictures that it puts in your chat, but we have a missing family member. He's been missing for over a year. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. No trace, it changes you. Oh my God, I can't imagine. You know, even when your kids are missing for a few minutes, right? Like when they don't come, when you yell for them immediately when they're out in the yard or out in the woods or right, you know, my kids aren't allowed far out. But still, you get scared. Or in a store, when you turn around and they're not right behind you and they've like gotten inside of a rack or something. But that is so scary. And like, I just cannot imagine. I'm so sorry. What video? Let's see here. Yeah, Nick Meck is on the list, mystery. Yep. Oh my gosh, never stop believing. Exactly what I'm talking about. Even if it's just for a short period of time. Hey, Jen Lou. On the Creators Fund. Yeah, that's no, you're good, Jacqueline. I just am curious on y'all's thoughts on all of them, to be honest. Let's see. I do fundraisers. Oh, Titanium does the YouTube fundraisers. It's been a minute since I've done one, but I mean, I'm not on here that much anymore, but I need to. I think it's like anything else, buyer beware. Yeah. Oh, and then there's another part because people are adults. They're responsible for their own money, but then you do have people who are not all there, or people who are naive, or people who are trusting. Like, I don't know. I just hate the thought of like little old people being taken advantage of. I had to put my phone down and pull my hair up, y'all. I'm sorry. It's hot. I just wish I could jump in the water. And guess what? I had just bought this brand new float when I got this thing on my foot. And it's freaking cool. It's like a huge float, huge recliner that floats on top of the water. And I got like a really good deal on it on TikTok. Like it's like $100 float. I got it for like 25 bucks. And it came like right after I started getting the blisters from the bacteria or whatever. And yeah, so now I'm just staring at the box. It's just sitting in my house, making me crazy. Honestly, everyone's fighting. It seems like I can't go anywhere because of that, and I'm just over it all. It's weird, Jen, because it's like I don't people it's weird to me because like I was saying earlier, you got people who are feel so strong in their opinions, and then a couple weeks later they get in a fight with their friend, so now they're on the exact opposite side, and now they're very strong, they have very strong opinions from the other side. And maybe that's genuine. I mean, it takes time for people to wake up and see what's going on. I don't know. Thank y'all for letting me get this shit out of my brain because I've just been thinking and thinking about all of it. Can y'all hear the water? I just know it's just sad that so many freaking. Let me reword that. I just don't like seeing the destruction and the last week or so when you see like the different panels, Seth on panel, Chris and Katie on panel, you know, and all this drama and shit, and it's all tied into this case and rumors and oh, the parents being inappropriate and rumors of this and oh, let's talk about you know the worst trauma that they experienced, the child experienced, and all that and. twists and turns and lies and oh, this comment from the chat, watching it all, it's just like a fucking, it's like a dumpster fire or like the whole city's on fire, like my thumbnail. You're just watching it and you're like, oh my God. And also, it's really disappointing. It's disheartening. It's heavy. It's gross. And it shouldn't be happening. And that's just where I'm at with it at all. I, okay, hold on. I don't know what happened to my mic. Hello. Okay, so what I was saying before my mic so rudely freaking disconnected me. Um, okay, let's say a creator is going out and looking for a missing person in their area, and they are live streaming it to document the journey, which I think that's cool. I think that, you know, I can see where there should be some boundaries there, but I think that it's nice to. Have like citizen journalists who are showing you like what's kind of happening. So, okay, creator out searching, looking around for a missing person, and they end up meeting up with the missing person's family. And let's say they talk to the family, and eventually they make personal friends with the family. Should they stop covering the case on their channel? Because at that point they've got personal relationships with the family. What do you guys think? That's what I was asking when my mic cut out. Thank you, Jacqueline. I love this outfit. I wish I could show y'all. It's really cute, but maybe I could show you in a second. Or try to. Thank you, Tess. Thank you a little bit. I would never record myself live. That's why I said I didn't say child. I said like a missing person because I agree with you. I think that that was one of the boundaries. Like maybe not a child, um, and you have to be cautious because what if you stumble across something that you're not expecting? I think that can bring problems too. So I can see that perspective. It's going to be on live. Yeah. Thank you guys. Thank you, Jacob and MK. Thank you, that girl. You guys are sweet. Probably should stop covering it, but the money would be really good. So I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't. Right. Because here's the thing, these creators want these personal connections. Hey, having Seth come up on my panel, having Chris and Katie up on panel, that's going to bring the views. You know what I mean? So they love that. They want that. Not all of them, and not specifically the ones in Sebastian's case, but some creators are out looking to make those connections to grow their channels. That's just a fact. It's a sad fact, but it is a damn fact. Maybe not stop covering it, but definitely don't let your bias interfere in the case. I can agree with that. If you can be aware of that, most become biased. I think of my mother hearing stories and wanting to help, not knowing it's just a grift. Exactly, Almay. Exactly. That's I think of the same thing. Or like an aunt or somebody that's just elderly and lonely. That's a good idea, J13. Not on a live stream, like a video, like documented on a video and upload. That's probably way better in case you were to stumble across something. There are people who search live on TikTok. I mean, we've seen a ton of live searches happening. And I always say when we watch, like, imagine if they stumbled across something. So I think that's a way better idea. Oh yeah, Nancy Guthrie. Oh my God. Hey, but look, they knew that case brought numbers for some of their channels, so they lean in and they don't stop. Thank you, J13. You are literally very sweet. Thank you. Continue covering it is an ethical and moral issue. Yeah. That's where I think I don't really see how you can unless you can be really aware of your bias. But maybe at that point you don't. Maybe if you want to cover something and you want to be as open and honest about like what you find and the court process and all that stuff, and you're trying you like you're doing this like to let your viewers in, to let them see the truth, right, to kind of boots on the ground, right, firsthand knowledge or firsthand experience, whatever, you're trying to cover this and show them what you're seeing genuinely. You should not be getting close to the family. Look what's happened with this. If you didn't watch this last week of all these parents on panel and all this drama they're tied into and the rumors and this parent did this and this one did that and oh my, like if you didn't watch that and just feel gutted, just like, ugh, because I did. I watched it and I'm just so uncomfortable and so just so wrong. I didn't like it at all. But anyway, now that I stood on my soapbox, I guess, about that. But I mean, I don't want to ever be the moral authority. I don't think I'm better than anybody. We all make mistakes. But also, aren't there some things that are worth speaking up about? Like to me, that's I think some things are worth it. And even if people don't like it or you get some backlash, well, if it's important, then it's worth it. I think one of the biggest problems comes from covering the same case over and over. Yeah, that's when they get desperate for content. Well, especially when there's a case that is like getting a lot of attention at the time. I saw Titanium mention Idaho 4. I cannot believe. I want to now that Brian. I have not talked about harsh reality since Koberger has came out and said he wants a trial and all that. I want to do a live going through his stuff again. He is one of the most disgusting. Look, Brittany is a fucking asshole. She's a greedy bitch. Don't get me wrong. She's a liar and she likes the money. Okay. She's not perfect, but her kids need to be left alone. But at the end of the day, look at the people who don't get any attention at all. Like fucking harsh reality. Why aren't people digging through he is terrible. He is disgusting. He runs with rumors. He attacks victims. He attacks families. He attacks the Gonsalves family, Dylan, Bethany, the witnesses. He's awful. He doesn't go based on the facts at all. And he's got 100,000 subscribers. So why doesn't he get some of that heat? That bothers me. Thank you, Hako, for all those. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And thank you as well, Anonymous. Really cool. I appreciate that so much. Mm. Yeah, I wonder how these parents end up on the panels they do because they totally go left of true crime and end up in drama. Well, here's the reason why. I think because the drama, they're going to go where a lot of people are at, where the chats are big, right? And a lot of times the chats are big when there's some drama involved, you know? What if there's an ongoing investigation that could get complicated? Yes, I agree. You mean if you're like friends with the family and stuff? Or, yeah. Mm-mm. Then you can't, report on things honestly. You're going to feel like you can't. I don't know. I just don't. It's it's exploitative to the case. It's wrong because you're not serving the people who watch you. You're just serving yourself, trying to get ahead. You're not like I don't know. I can't get it out of my brain, right? But you know what I mean, hopefully. Right, Tess. But you're not trying to report on that case, you know what I mean? And so that's different. It's very similar to being a nurse, Cami says. You have to have that ethical wall built. You can empathize and care, but to do real search and rescue, you have got to stay objective and block feelings and work. Right. Yes, having them in chat and on panels bring the views. Exactly. They feel some creators want to get close to the family on purpose to grow their channel. That's just true. If you're going to go out and search, it should be private. The integrity of the case to me is most important. Maybe record it and save for later when the case is solved or whatever. That's a good point. Um, I think definitely if you're going to go out and search and you want to document, that's cool, but maybe do it not on live. Oh my gosh, maybe do it not on live. And then if the search came up with nothing relevant, maybe then you could show it. But that's a really good point because what if there was some sort of evidence or something captured in your videos? But sometimes, like putting up these videos, people spot stuff that you don't spot in person. Like think of the Gabby Petito and some of the things that have been uncovered from citizen journalists kind of documenting what was happening or just filming or doing whatever. If I was, it would be camera down, show up, ask how I can help. Oh, titanium, they found them. Oh my gosh. Yeah, they do. You know what? These families need to be told stay away from YouTubers, all of them. Just stay away. You want to do interviews and speak out, go on your own platform, go on the news. Like, just stay away from YouTubers. I really wish there was like a big warning, a way to warn them because when you have a lost loved one, look, we've seen it, like I said earlier, time and time again. They're desperate. They are desperate. They just want people to know that, hey, my loved one exists and they're missing. And this is what they look like. And, you know, they're gonna they're gonna go to YouTubers, to TikTokers, to whoever's getting viewers because they want attention. Really like Miss Cheese. I really like watching. I like active cases, but my favorite part of watching an active case is the trial. I really like the facts. I don't like the beginning stages. When a person is missing, it is necessary, I think, to talk about certain details and updates. But I really like the trials because that's when you get the facts. That's when it goes from a lot of times the stuff that's reported in the beginning isn't even true. Come to find out at trial, it's bullshit anyway. And you can't hurt the case at that point. It's already in trial. And there's so much to talk about. Like every day, new witnesses, new details, new things coming out that you can go through and pick apart and really look at and have great conversation and still spread awareness for issues that are important. But that's kind of what I like. I will say that it's been challenging with Lindsay. Well, one, just being really sick and busy. I had some personal things happening as well during the first week or so of the trial. I had gotten a little behind, but then once I was catching up, I kept finding myself coming to a place where I know I'm not unbiased. I know I'm feeling a certain kind of way. I'm feeling annoyed with other people's opinions about it, to the point where, yeah, maybe this, I did cover it all the way through. Maybe at the end, I'll do a live, like kind of discussing what happened. But going through every little detail is not going to be helpful. And probably, I don't want to be cruel. You know what I mean? And I can feel the cruelness because of my own personal experience and because of the person that I know who was in a real mental health episode, completely delusional uh, when they committed a violent crime. I don't want them. I just want it. I just don't want them to have a break at all because a lot of people were damaged and affected by what they did. And they should still pay for it, and they're not safe to be around. And I don't have a lot of sympathy for them. So I was finding those really angry, negative feelings like coming out in it. And I think it's just best I kind of take a step back from that one. The conspiracies are wild, and a lot of them are just bullshit. They're not actually based on the facts of the case. A lot of the conspiracies can be ruled out when you look at the facts, you know? It's just crazy. Yeah, even big channels get stuff wrong. Like Hope, even the news. Matter of fact, not just the news. So I noticed covering unfolding cases that the news would get a lot of shit wrong. The local news is better about it, but you wouldn't think that someone like Dateline, who released a lot of stuff about Idaho 4 before it was even uh, they had some leaks happening and some of it was true, but they were releasing complete bullshit lies. They said at one point during their Idaho 4 special that Brian, or whoever the alleged killer was, which I believe it was him, but still, sat down in a chair in Xana's room and took a second. There was no evidence of that at all. The police that worked the investigation came out after Dateline and said they're pissed. They lied. It was, some of it was true, sure, and it wasn't released yet, but some of it was just bullshit. I'm a terrible YouTuber, you guys. I'm so sorry. I let my freaking phone die. I didn't even notice it was dying. I am so sorry. The dolphins didn't take me away, but I'm back. I'm so sorry about that. But dude, thank you guys for the conversation because like I said, it was just hitting me in the gut watching all of the fallout and the drama and surrounding a case and the Sebastian is still missing. And it's just really heartbreaking to see it all. So thank you guys for letting me talk about it. I'm so sorry that I'm a mess, but listen, I've always been a mess. Okay. You signed up for it. Okay. I'm not saying it's okay. I'm not making excuses. I'm just saying, we were all aware of this. um, but I reckon I'm gonna go and hang out outside for a little bit. I wanted to go to the wildlife refuge for my birthday. It's only like 30 minutes away, but I probably won't go today. But yeah, and then I can't go out on my kayak. You guys, let me see if I can turn my camera around for a second. I have rose hips out there that I'm trying to harvest out in the water. I don't know if it's flipped around, but it won't load for me. But they are ready to harvest probably right now, and I can't even go grab them. I wanted to pick them and dry them out and stuff. Maybe not though, if there's bacteria. They are not in the water, but the log I got cut on wasn't either, but I got in the water after. So I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't do it now, anyways. But I do want to at least see how they've um, ripened. Do any of you guys ever drink tea with rose hips? Oh my gosh, it's one of my favorites. It's so good. It's kind of fruity. It's like not florally at all. It's pretty sweet and fruity, tart. But anyways, you guys, thank you for for stay streaming. Thank you for listening to me and letting me get all this off my chest. And, you know, again, it's not personal. There wasn't really anything in particular I wanted to talk about except for all the mess surrounding, the drama and just being disappointed overall. Um, I think it's just so inappropriate, some of the things that have been um, tied into this missing child's case, and a bunch of drama YouTubers right in the middle of it. And it just sucks. And then besides that, and the fact that, babies fall and creators' children shouldn't be our business. I do agree and understand that when you hear stuff, you can't help hearing shit. If somebody streams it and you hear it, I mean, people are going to give thoughts, but also, I don't even need to tell y'all this, but I just wish people would stop with each other's kids, man. But I know the people who watch me were like-minded. Like you guys ain't in there fucking talking about, and so it's really pointless to even say. But anyway, so those were just the things I wanted to touch on. Um and I have a bunch of true crime stuff to upload. Um and download, like, I've already downloaded a bunch of it, for the Doberman case. It's just interviews and stuff like that. So if you're interested in that case, I appreciate and enjoy when all the information's out about a case so you can really dig through the facts of the situation. We had never seen his interview. It's up on my channel now, because all of a sudden I'm on the way to a football game last week and I get an email from the county, that county in Ohio, and they say, "Hey, we're sending out the rest of the files that can be released now. The case is, I guess, all officially closed and wrapped up." And so all the people on their media list, they sent out the interview he did right after the crimes. Remember, all we had seen before that was him on body cam and in the holding cell in jail, slamming his head against the wall and stuff. The interviews are very interesting because he's talking about, like, is this hell? Am I dead? Is it, like, he's just, it's very interesting. So if you followed that or have any interest, I think that it's a good it's kind of wraps up some things that we never got to see that were left open, and I'll be uploading the rest. I mean, really, even if people aren't interested in it, I'm going to upload it just to have it documented on my channel. So anyways, if you're interested in that, go check it out. And otherwise, I'll probably see you guys sometime, maybe tomorrow. I don't know, it depends. I'm kind of sitting around here twiddling my thumbs since I can't be in the water. So but yeah, thank you guys for being here and listening to me. I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye.